11 days. 11.
There we go.
Because 11 would actually be.
That's below the screen.
I found out that
Yeah.
if you take 2 weeks, if you actually can take 2 weeks of PTO, you will, and you haven't used all of your allotted PTO, you will still gain PTO from those 2 weeks. And I'm like, so therefore, once you get up high enough in there, I can still be like, I can take I could actually, if I can afford it, take a 2-week vacation and come back to be going, well, I get more time off.
Yeah.
I accrued time. And they're like, yes. But that's also only if you only start getting to that level of things.
Yeah.
Hey, Jerome!
When you've been there for 5 years. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah. I think thanks to COVID, I think I was off.
It's kind of nice to have it, man.
Yeah.
Ours resets at
jet lag is
beginning of each. But we can, we can carry over the 24 hours.
Oh, they actually do like to carry over. That's good.
Well, they've made it so that way you can carry over 24 hours. Because they no longer allowed it of like being able to cash out yours.
Right. Oh, that's fine. I'm okay with it.
And so therefore I just went, I'm glad that I always try to bank some for the new year.
We're talking.
Because I had COVID.
I never
I
did
get mine is all front
sucks.
loaded. I get 100% of my hours day 1 on January 1st, and if I haven't used my end of year, then
That's very interesting. They're mostly stuff from home.
they did it because they were finding people banking too much.
Yeah.
And then study after study says that people are more efficient at work when they take downtime.
Of course.
And so they're encouraging people to take downtime by basically
Use it or lose it.
Use it or lose it.
By downtime, do you mean you're on vacation but they
Yeah.
call you anyway?
No.
That's
no.
fine. That's my
Yeah,
life.
thank you.
No, they
My
want
boss
you.
ever did that
They
to me. I
want.
mailed him a pipe bomb.
They kind of want you to
That's the nicest, gentlest
be.
thing I
They
can
kind
do.
of want you to be unreachable on when you're actually in your
Which I can do.
say.
Oh,
forever.
my boss has actually told me on the weekends, I want you to turn your work phone off.
No. Oh, okay.
And the only time that
And give me your personal cell phone number.
oh well,
That's
the whole
Thing
thing
is,
is,
I could call home.
Yeah,
well, the thing is, the only time we're supposed to like, she will contact me on my personal number is if there is a extreme emergency that it's like, hey, we can't actually, the client is having like extreme issues, we can't see them both days of the weekend. Are you available? Not you need to go see them. Are you available?
That's nice.
You will get paid for this.
Most of the time, I've been with
30-second warning.
They only called. Once they called me, and I was on the phone for like an hour and a half. And I was in some Chinatown trying to buy a Magwai, and I missed out on it because someone got there before I did. Because I was on the phone with work. But you guys still.
When someone steals the Mugwai,
That's it. All right.
don't steal the Mugwai.
Let's do this.
Stealing the Mugwai sounds so sick. And then, speaking of that, live from the 6th sub-floor base of the Guys, Games, and Beer Towers, it's the show that stole the Mugwai. It's the Guys, Games, and Beer Show!
Yeah!
Woo! Man! Has it been something of a week already?
It's only Tuesday, Robbie. Tuesday,
And my week has
Robbie.
been jam-packed with just crazy stuff going on. It's been
It's
something.
Tuesday and I already want to shoot something.
Maniacal. No, it was fun. I think I've said this before that I really do. I only enjoy fires. That's basically why I'm kept, because otherwise I'm useless. I mean, I am not like the daily driver guy. I'm utterly bored. I'm in wait until it crashes instead of actually like maintaining it. So yeah, so we had a good fire. It was good. So I like that one.
All right.
It didn't do any real damage, and it was very creative. I like creative.
Well, see, that's the
stuff.
advantage of a dumpster fire. It is contained in
Right,
the
in
dumpster.
the dumpster. And it was, yeah. Security through stupidity is my
You know,
favorite.
Larry, I never actually thought about it that way. It is contained in the dumpster.
Isn't that nice?
I never
The dumpster fire. Plus, everything else that comes up you can throw into the dumpster and claim that had something to do with it. I mean, it was a dumpster fire. It burned.
That's
I'm
right.
sorry.
It's probably related.
Yeah.
Probably.
Sorry, your word doesn't work. It was in the
just-
dumpster.
I don't like grease fires because those spread.
Right.
Yes,
Dumpster
yes,
fires
right.
are nice and self-contained.
Why
So
can't
let's-
you ever? Why can't you ever get a grease fire in a dumpster?
Now, here's my problem with my dumpster fires. They're usually rolling downhill towards the pile of explosives. Okay.
See, no, that's
Right.
quite the same.
It's one thing when there's a dumpster fire, but when that dumpster is doing 40 miles an hour downhill with the pile of explosives at the bottom, doesn't end well.
See, mine, I just go like, the best way to put out a fire is to throw a bunch of firecrackers on it and explode it
Blow it
out.
out.
There. Yeah.
I like it best when your dumpster fire talks to you and gives you good advice.
Is it the burning bush? No, it's the burning dumpster fire. It's
Hey.
just some other stuff.
This beer's almost done.
Yeah, I'm kind of thirsty,
So-
Rob.
oh, that was a segue, eh? Derek.
Ba-dum-bum. Ba-dum-bum-bum. Ba-dum-bum-bum-bum-bum.
Speaking of dumpster fires.
I don't know if it's a
It's beer
dumpster fire
fire.
tonight. Let's find out.
Well,
Hey,
that's-
Ryan, what do we have tonight?
Wait a minute.
It's a pale ale, so
Is this from that lawyer?
Jocks.
Nicolay?
No, it's Doc. Not like Doctor's Doc. It's got a K in it.
Oh, Nicolay lawyer.
Is it?
Sure looks like that lawyer to me.
I will have mine next week.
All right. So what do we got tonight, Ryan?
What do we find here? Hop and Barrel Brewing Company's Docs. You're awesome. I need a marker because
Wait,
I want to.
you are awesome or you're awesome?
I want to. You.
I
Oh, you
exploded.
are awesome.
You
See, I want
are.
a marker to.
You're
fix
awesome.
That. I want to fix that. So.
Yeah, but
There's
there's no E there. There's no E.
yeah,
They should have made the
Here,
R
that's gonna
backwards.
And,
break.
Jesus.
it's very encouraging too. Go be awesome and do good things.
Is that
And
go
and
or
it
is that
also
co? Because that looks like co. Be awesome to me.
says
Man.
love you all. You all have a good night. I mean, there's a lot of.
So it's a very positive beer. It's a
Yeah.
pale. It's a pale ale.
5-5. Okay.
Hop and Barrel
Now,
Brewing
is it
Company.
gonna
Sounds
smack
like a
me?
hipster.
Where are they out
Who
of?
best comes
Hudson,
like ass?
Wisconsin.
Where?
Hudson?
Out of Hudson. Okay.
Wisconsin.
Now the thing is, are they just love bombing me because they're about to smack me?
Well, let's
in
find
the face
out
with
because
the
they are awfully love bombing you on the front of that can there.
Yeah. Surprised my ex isn't on there.
Boom!
What? The beer's exploding!
Is it the pressure down here?
Next time,
Yeah, foam off.
Bitch.
Oh, son of a
next
bitch.
time,
Okay,
warn
so-
me when I'm sipping when you
I
say shit
cannot-
like that.
Oh, I don't know that.
We cannot
I
attribute this.
choked in my
Simply because
beer.
of this.
Wow,
We
that is
We cannot attribute the exploding beer to just this brand because this one exploded, this one exploded, and they're all different.
There's a weird pressure.
It's the pressure down here.
Okay,
Six
that's
floors
Six
down.
up floor.
Yeah, six
Okay, I'm
floors.
gonna ask. Okay, everybody try it once. Okay, but don't say anything, but just try it real quick for me.
I just been getting head.
Settle down.
We should
Nothing
have
wrong with
done.
that either.
Wait, no. Oh my.
All right.
So I do have their description.
Okay, wait. Before you read the description.
Yeah.
All right. Caramely? Really caramely?
Caramel and bitter.
All right.
I love
Okay.
bitter.
Read the description.
Crisp, light, and easygoing. It's awesome. That's about all I put on here.
Wow.
Your glass should always be half full of Doc's Pale Ale. This one's for the optimistic folks, the hard-working folks, and the regulars at the tap room. You're getting the citrus flavors to brighten your day. You're getting the crisp malty and enough hop flavors to know what you're drinking beer. So in the words of the late Docs himself, go be amazing and do good things. You are awesome.
Okay, but I agree, not heavy on the citrus,
No.
but the maltiness, yes.
The maltiness is there. I mean,
That's
you
that
get
caramely
bitter.
sweetness I get.
And I don't know how it is that, I don't know, citrus bitter versus coffee bitter, right? You know, this is
I'm not getting
definitely
the
more of a coffee side bitter than it is a citrus bitter, in my opinion.
I'm going to agree
I'm
with
not tasting a coffee in it.
Well,
but
no,
I
I'm
get
not
the
tasting
caramely
coffee. I'm
taste,
just
the
talking
sweetness.
Not like that
how
stuff.
bitter.
No, not like that.
How bitter is.
It is
and
very
how-
bitter.
It is very bitter,
Really?
but you're not getting a citrus bitter.
Okay, my
That said, I did have 3 Swedish fish before I
Tom?
started this.
I'm getting
That might be doing it.
bitter and hops from this, and that's
It's very hoppy.
all I'm getting.
Yeah,
from
you know,
this.
my taste buds
I'm
might
getting
still be
the-
off. My
I'm
taste buds
getting
might
the
still be
caramel.
off.
I'm getting the caramel.
Yeah, so you didn't have
You
a
get the
Swedish
caramel
fish,
too?
right? You didn't have anything before this?
Not really.
Just
a
that,
ham.
that doesn't count.
Here's
That's a
the
quick
thing.
palate clearer.
I
the
had
caramel.
I had
Yeah.
a couple of Swedish fish before this,
Well, you guys have
Man,
ruined your
I gotta
palates.
say
You guys
and
need to stop
all-
doing that.
and all I'm getting is hops and bitter, hops and bitter.
I get the
and
hops.
I had.
And you get a little bitter on the end, but man, I get
Yeah, I think that must be the Swedish fish. I'm
Here's
gonna
the
have to
thing.
guess
I had
that.
the Swedish
Yeah.
fish a good probably like
Go wash your mouth off
10
with
minutes
soap.
before.
Why
Ten-
wash his mouth out with soap? He's already washing this, drink this shit.
10 minutes before I had this. I'm gonna try something
That's so
else.
convincing.
All right, try
So terrible.
That's gonna start being a penalty shop. That's gonna.
Wash him out with show. What? Give him
You're
a
getting
good
the bar,
time.
Mr. Frosty.
Yeah, that's it. It was soap poisoning.
Yeah.
So is
That's
Hudson
terrible.
on the border? Is that where Hudson is?
Yeah,
Okay.
I want to say it's on the it's on.
Because they have a beer
I'm
called.
probably
You know,
pretty
locally,
sure I
you
said
should
They have
say
a
that.
beer called Minnewisconsin.
Ah.
And it's got like the 2 states like.
Huh.
I don't know. It looks like a
Grumbling,
cover
grumbling,
of
yeah,
Metallica.
Yeah, I still got that bitter.
It's got.
It's
still got
very
heavy
bitter.
bitter.
I've had
It's better
bitter.
than-
I've had more bitter than this, but it's
It's
I'm
gonna-
gonna try and palate cleanse.
okay.
with the hands.
Cleanse a little bit. Yeah, there you
It-
go. Cleanse a little
Yeah.
bit.
Its bitter is resonant. It hangs.
Yeah,
and
it
it may
does.
hang.
It
I
does.
may taste this bitter tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's,
I'm gonna agree with you on that. Right. So after that little caramely taste on the front end, it's like
Yeah.
the entire back of my mouth is like that's kind of bitter, dude.
It is very bitter. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Okay.
It's not just me.
It's like an
definitely
aspirin
nailing
bitter.
that.
Yeah, it is.
It's
an
aspirin bitter. It's when an aspirin tablet
Yeah.
doesn't go down right.
Yeah.
That's the bitter this is.
Yeah.
Astringent bitter.
Yes, an astringent
Oh,
bitter.
here's
It's
the
not,
thing.
I don't know if I quite call it a
Here's the
astringent,
thing.
Oh.
but
This
it's
is bitter
I would
bitter.
because
to a
it's
point
more
where
fun.
it's
Bitter.
making hams
more fun.
Sweet.
It
No,
doesn't taste
ham's
medicinal at all.
bitter.
No.
Yeah, well, we've had this discussion before. I don't want a beer so bitter that everything I drink afterwards tastes bitter. So he just tried to simmer his hams afterwards, and now the hams taste bitter.
That's it. If you had a Swedish fish, it'd be Swedish fish bitter.
Now let me find out.
Hey, yeah, we gotta
Somebody
test
toss me a
this
Swedish
over here.
fish here.
Wait, we gotta test this theory.
We are going to test this theory. Let's see if it does.
No more gummies is our thing, right?
Not before we
All right.
try beer.
That's probably true.
Let's find out here.
No, I'm not gonna
Is
do
the Swedish fish bitter?
Oh, might as well try it.
Please.
'Cause I did it beforehand, so.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my god, just ruined my palate.
It is bitter. The Swedish fish is bitter.
I'm
Sweet.
Now you gotta
Sweet,
wash
but
it down
bitter.
with some cold brew
I'm
coffee
impressed.
whiskey.
I actually think I might rename this to Tongue Crusher.
More like butt fucker.
It's still.
It's not bad. It's just, it is.
It's bitter.
It's what, you know. there
Hey,
are
he
people
didn't
that-
say that's bad.
There are people that
Nobody
drink their-
judged
So
it.
what did
There's
they do
people
on
that
the what
drink their
did,
coffee black.
what
so-
did what did they do
Oh,
on the
yeah.
scale for the IBV scale? Not the IBV, the album.
Let's see if it. Let me get back to that page.
96. I don't know.
I don't know what it goes up to.
The thing is,
100?
that,
Oh, fuck.
our distro beers. There it is. 5.2.
IBV, yeah.
Don't even put the
The bitter
hops in
scale?
here.
They don't put that.
No.
No, they don't want to talk about
Huh.
it.
That's like beer advocate. Okay, well let's let's go around the table and find out.
No.
Wow, you could have said what the
Just
question
no.
was.
Now, I was going to ask him, will you grab it out of the party cooler, but I guess that is that.
I was going to ask him to sleep with a beautiful woman, but...
yeah, but I'm going to let you know.
Yeah, he said no.
Hey, that's
you
my
already
wife.
said no.
Hey, that's Kim, so yeah. That's my wife. All right, Dallas, party cooler.
Sorry, I had to cleanse my palate for a moment. I will agree this is not the worst, but you know I've had toothaches that weren't so bad.
Ooh,
It just I look at the cover and then I taste what exactly I expected, and it's like it shows the issues with my generation. As in,
I love the art. I love the art. I love the positivity on the can, but
I don't. It's because it shows the issue that number one.
You know, put a hat on him.
We're annoying with our craft approach to craft brews when we need to put hops in every single damn thing and act like we're making an extreme spicy hot sauce, you know, but we're making extremely hoppy beer. I don't like that. I see hops in general use in any beer. You know, I see its place. However, it's way too much. I can taste the caramel, yes, and the little bit of sweetness behind that, but it's the hops that overwhelm it. And it goes along with the messages on the can where we'll tell you in your face that you're awesome and then you're loved, but that's posturing for social media and the public while we're very bitter on the inside.
yes, that is a good way of putting it.
I'm still drinking it.
I still think we put a hat on this guy with some smeared sunglasses.
I know.
It does look a little like you on the front, so yeah.
Kinda.
A little bit. All right.
So,
Larry, how about you? Party cooler?
Douchebag.
yeah, probably not. This is a little
heavy.
tough.
Yeah.
A little tough.
All right, Rob, party cooler?
You know, I think I'd probably like it with some pretzels. It's not like the every time beer at all, but
Party
it's
cooler.
I'd like it a little bit with.
You seem
I'd
to
like
be
to-
describing you might get it at a bar.
Party cooler. We haven't
Yeah,
gotten
but-
that far yet.
Yeah, we're at the party cooler.
You
If
might
I've
grab
got
the
some
party
salty
cooler?
snacks, I might grab it on the party cooler.
All right.
It depends on my mood. It's definitely a mood beer.
Yeah,
You
no.
got it. It's got you know. I prefer it a little bit more if it had like a little bit more alcohol in it. To be honest,
With that much
with
bitterness?
this, with this kind of bitter, I kind of like a 7 or
Yeah.
above to kind of warn you, because this is like the red on like a snake. It's warning you that it's poisonous. This has that warning hop. You're gonna get way too drunk off of this,
Right.
right? But it doesn't really provide that. But there's a spot
here's
for
the,
it.
here's the
all
thing.
right.
If everyone's talked about hoppiness and everything like that, when we've talked about, deliver what you say. Pales aren't supposed to be
Quite
IPAs.
Yeah.
You're right.
This tastes
Yeah.
more like an IPA.
It is more
All right,
on the edge
so-
of IPA. Yes.
As we've always discussed, I would not grab this in the party cooler because this would be the last thing I would taste at that party. So no.
It's too heavy.
It's
for a party cooler.
it's not even heavy. It's too
mean,
hoppy.
Yeah,
Too
well, heavy and hoppy.
Yeah, it's very hot.
Well, even though I have a
Regular
hoppy
IPA.
bitter, I
Wait, we gotta do
Saying
a lot.
heavy,
All right, wait,
I
pub.
think
I want to enjoy my food. No.
All right, pub.
I have a lot of issues, but I kind of love myself.
Okay, all right. Pub.
Maybe, right mood and like you said, with some saltier snacks and stuff. Probably, yeah, maybe.
All right.
Yeah,
Pub.
I think it's a pairing thing.
Okay, I'm going to agree with you on that one. As much as I don't like something that's going to kill my taste, maybe the last beer of the evening is I'm about to go home, or with the right something greasy and nasty that's going to, that's got to really, give me that. Hey,
You know what this
You know
is?
what?
This is the I gotta go home, but I don't want to go home beer. This is the one that you
Yeah.
would be drinking to get thrashed, but it doesn't have the alcohol content to get
Right,
you
'cause
through.
you're already
This
thrashed.
is like
You're already thrashed.
My wife's making me go home, but I just want that tear it up
But
feeling.
just
this
for
is not
beers
bad.
like this. No, you know what I just thought about with pairing?
This is you're right. This is the wrong
We might
marketing.
be thinking about this wrong. Maybe we should all have donuts with this.
see, there you go. Yeah, a breakfast
bitterness
breakfast
and
beer,
all.
and then a
Nice
nice
cake donut.
greasy. No, you want to.
Oh, you want a fried?
I want a fried. I want a greasy donut with this one, with lots of sugar on top. Okay.
I was gonna say this would pair well with feces, but I think I would end up eating the feces to take the taste of this in my mouth.
Wow. Don't hold back, Dallas. All right.
I thought I was being rude.
All right. In
Alright.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, I think it's a slightly up.
I'm gonna be very weird here and go middle way.
No,
because it's not
get
the
it.
worst thing I've
it's
ever
no,
drank.
no. We've had a lot worse beers.
No,
than
we've
that.
had hard.
You know,
Alright.
my big complaint is, like you said, don't say you're more an IPA than you are a pale ale.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
really is. It's got that bitterness of that.
When
I think
when I hear pale ale, I usually think it's gonna be hoppy, but it's not gonna be as hoppy as a pale ale.
Right.
I might enjoy this. This
Yeah.
makes me go, you're fucking lying to me.
Thank you.
So
We talked
I-
about that
Yeah,
You
guy.
that's what
love
happened
bombed
at IPA
me
at that
and you're
point.
narcissistic.
But
So I tell you what,
I saw it coming.
when we were picking
That's
this
wrong.
out here, Ryan and I, we were picking this out. And we're like docs, and we're like, oh man, you're awesome, boy. That's gonna be really fit with what we're doing because we're talking awesome games.
Yeah, that'd be great if we hadn't done the verdict. Yeah,
if we had done the
or
verdict.
if we had done the
we
verdict.
got it.
Ah,
So, Rob, Judge Rob, let's pass verdict on
I feel like the verdict already came in.
Hop
you
and
know?
Barrels. Docs, you are awesome beer. By our buddies
You
from.
had a hard time reading
From,
it.
yeah, well, it's I don't know about that. From Hop and Barrel out of Hudson, Wisconsin. I think this is the first thing we've done from them.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
good,
yeah,
so I can try and get the
yeah.
taste out of my
Yeah,
Yeah,
mouth.
we haven't done any of the other beers. I
At the start.
Judge Rob, pass verdict on this beer.
On the charge of rhyming with cocks, I find you guilty, and I sentence you to.
Drinking! Oh, wait a minute, that didn't come out well. Oh, wait a minute.
Hey, wait! Oh no! I liked Larry's segue better. Speaking of cock. Oh wait, no! No!
No.
No!
So let's talk about awesome.
Yes, games we finished, but what the hell?
They're so awesome.
We're gonna
we keep
play
playing them.
I don't even know if it's that sometimes. Sometimes it's just it can be just a cold dedication to get all those damn achievements. That can be it too. That can cause it. But yeah, generally
Man,
speaking, I do with games
I
that I like.
completed this game and I played it another 20 hours, and I still can't seem to complete every side quest. You know, they're procedurally generated. Oh, crap.
Hey, don't.
They don't count anymore.
That's it. All right, so
Alright.
Larry, I'm gonna start with you on this one.
Good, because I'm too embarrassed about my shame.
You know, so
Candy Crush?
you had to make him work right away, huh?
Son of a bitch, you want me to hit the button?
Yes.
You know, Larry, I gotta hit a button. That's a lot of work.
Alright. So, Western of Loathing. Did I say it right?
West of Loathing? Yep.
West of Loathing is just, it's a stick figure game, which, so the graphics are kind of crude in that regard. But the gameplay is so smooth, you know, like moving around and everything's just fast too. Menus come up because it's an RPG style. Menus come up really fast. Everything can move fast, and it's a lot of story. So you know, people talking to you and telling you goofy stuff. It's all joke driven, right? But the game, because it's so smooth, it's just enjoyable to play. You know, it just is enjoyable to play. You know,
This keeps coming up on the recommended list, so I'm
It's-
gonna have to give it a
it-
try.
no,
because
it's-
you guys are playing it. You're like,
it's a lot of fun, and there's kind of there's character styles, so there's a little bit of replay built into it. So you might want to go back and the last time you played it as like a sharpshooter, now you brute, you know, and then different things can happen then because of that. So it's a really fun. I completed it and I've gone back and restarted it a few times.
Nice.
And just to
Nice.
play it, and I'm
All right.
also playing.
That says a lot.
I'm currently playing the sequel. You know, the Shadow Overloading.
All right.
Which is more of a Cthulhu base. That one's a Western base. This one's a
Same thing. Stick figures.
Stick figures, behaves the same. Corny
Excellent.
jokes.
All right. Quick one.
You know.
Available where?
It's on Steam.
All right. So
You
it's a
know,
Steam game.
It's a Steam game.
I
And
have
it is on Switch.
It is on
Yeah.
Switch too.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
Copy.
What's
But
not
But it
on
doesn't
the
run
Switch?
nearly as well.
Yeah.
Everything's on this game.
Everything's on the Switch. You know the joke.
I don't know. It's just, it's so smooth. I don't, you know, it's just like, the way you move between different things and the way the characters move. So even though they're
I'm
stick
sold.
people,
Right. It still
they
has a good
move-
feel.
Yeah, and they do kind of goofy things. So like you have a stick person, and there's like mirrors. So then you can walk up and you can like change your facial expression.
Yeah.
You look in the mirror so you go to the mirror to change your facial expression.
Right.
So instead of being like a happy character, you can be like a mean character. Just sort of goofy.
A mean stick figure.
Rats.
If you're bored, there's Kingdom of Loathing too, which I think you just play on the web.
Oh.
Wow.
That's,
Okay.
that's a lot of loathing.
There's
a
yes,
lot of
there's a
loathing.
lot of loathing. All right, Ryan, how about you? What do you play that you go back to, and even though you've finished it, you keep playing it?
I had a couple of these, and some are just like, well, there's just too much stuff. But for me, I think Super Metroid always comes back because there's always, like, even though you beat the game, sometimes you only beat it with like so many canisters,
Right.
or missiles, or whatever, and I always feel like I want to go find all of them.
Right.
So it's like, yeah, I can beat it with this much, but I forget this. So it's been a while since I played it, but I have gone back to it just because it's fun that way. I
There's a
forget
lot of
if it has a
secrets back in that
save.
game. It does.
or-
Yeah, the battery
so
save
it's-
system. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, I believe you can always go back to it before you beat it and just go
Yeah.
start wandering around through the whole maps and try and look for all
Yeah,
the other
because
stuff.
there's even power ups, like a power up or two in that game that you don't even require to beat the game, and
Yeah.
yet they're there as an option.
Yeah.
Like it's really packed.
So
Yeah.
whereas as some people like to see how quickly they could beat a game with nothing, and it's like, yeah, I get enough stuff, but for that one I like going back and trying to find more.
Which spawned the genre of Metroidvanias, the collectathons,
Yeah. So I guess that's probably why I keep playing it. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's in that style of game that I like
Yeah.
to play.
I have at least 4 Metroid games. I have not played more than 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Metroid.
Really?
Isn't that sad?
Which makes me remind, I should go back and play what was
Keep
Metroid
playing.
Dread
Yeah.
for the Switch, because that was a whole heck of a lot of fun.
Mhm.
Yeah, that one.
And that kind of
Great for that 15 minutes.
Hey, Mike.
For that
I find it interesting how
And then I go, oh, that's great! And then something else comes up and say,
how there
How
are
is you don't like
Metroid
Metroid?
games that people
it's not that I don't
can
like it.
finish.
I like it. I say it's great every time, and I'm like, oh, we should get going on it.
We
Hey,
do
Mike.
have
There's
4,000
another
games
Hey,
to
Mike.
get through.
That's another
so-
Mike.
Yeah, that's true. What? Yeah, we're at 1080.
No, but the lighting fixes. They appreciate.
Yeah,
the
the lighting fixes.
I mean, and it is, and of course, when you, as just a
I'm
side
good.
idea, when you first bring this topic up, I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna be like, of course, the classics like Donkey Kong and Mario. And all
Yeah.
that, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna, this is like,
I
those are almost meant
like.
to go back. And
Well,
play
they are.
all the
I
Yeah.
love your choice.
you know.
No, I think that's a again.
I mean, it's like throwing out adventure. I come back and play adventure, but yeah, I mean, of course you do. because
Right.
Right.
I finish it
I've
about
never,
half the time.
I've never beat it.
Yeah.
I got
Yeah. You did say games you beat.
Yeah.
So,
Oh.
yeah.
I got lucky. I was recording one time, and I got level 3, which is the hard one. On hard, I finished it in 2 minutes, in less than 2 minutes, because everything was right there. It was the craziest. It was the first roguelike
All right, Dallas. How about you?
before Rogue. It wasn't before Rogue, but
What's your the one that you finished and you keep going to? Besides that beer, you did finish that beer. Good call.
Mostly. Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit low.
It's not as bad as it.
you drink that spare one over there.
This one?
No, that one.
It's Ryan's beer for next week.
I
when he
think
gets
you
No,
home.
purposely
that
ignored
Ryan
it.
gets to save that one when he can actually
I've
drink
got
again.
4 I've got to get to.
Yeah, you
for
do.
next week,
So,
and give
all right.
rapid reviews.
So back to Dallas. Dallas, game you completed, but you
I'd
keep
suggest
playing.
that one last.
Is there any that you do?
I guess I'm not going.
I'm trying.
I know. I'll keep it very simple. Elder Scrolls. I'll just sum them all up as Elder Scrolls. Skyrim is really popular, but it's a very divided community. You have half who are completely obsessed over it, think it's the best thing ever. You got other people who are old fogies who grew up on Morrowind, and they say, well, it's a horrible game, horrible RPG, you're all retarded for playing it, blah, 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 blah. And it's here's the deal. I bought it years ago, back 2011. I came there from Oblivion, and it's I played it, the Legendary Edition. I quote unquote beat it, as in I completed all the main quest lines, most of the major ones, put about 200 hours into it, and it's like, yeah, I played it, beat it, put it aside. But VR, Skyrim VR comes out, I buy that, and it's like the amount of mods that are made for Skyrim are just they're limitless. Like the people who make mods to their game, where it's like it never stops. Like it just blows my mind. People have gone from there to like making these mods to having full blown careers. Not only at Bethesda, but like other companies as well. It's made it something limitless. It's like I have about 1,000 hours total in Skyrim VR, which is and it will be thousands more because I'm playing a playlist where it's like you live in it. It's not just about completing these quests. It's like you live. Like you can do jobs. You can.
Sometimes you
it's all
just
about
sit by the
survival.
fire.
That's what you can literally
You can.
do. Yes.
You literally can do that in that.
Yeah, you can camp in the wilderness. You can throw down a tent. And you can, set up a fire, cook food that you hunt for, and live. You can go and like pick up a missive in town. You do a delivery job, get paid. It's like you don't have to do the stupid main quest because I'm not a fan of the main quest. It's very divisive and not as complex as the last ones. But yeah, that's one I'm always gonna be playing. Oblivion. Got that in 2006 when it came out. I'm still playing it. I never finished the main quest on it. Like one of the only major quest lines I beat in that game was the Mage Guild quest. Otherwise, it's always been these little quests and just exploring everything I can. I still haven't found everything. Like I'm playing it again for the 1,000th time. Across multiple platforms, there's still shit I'm still finding. There's still things I'm trying to get better. At the different classes and builds that you can make. Morrowind. I put several, a dozen hours in that and didn't even leave Satanin because I was using a survival mod and I was just doing my best to, level up and train and get better because that's a very brutal game in its difficulty. Daggerfall. I'll off with this. It's like Daggerfall. There are folks who've been playing since the original Daggerfall who never ever beat it. Of course, you'll have people who play the main quest line and beat the main quest line, sure, but I want to give you a guess how long it takes to beat the main quest line.
75 hours. Let's throw it around.
12 years.
What?
In-game years, of course, but it's still a very long span, and there's been a lot of people where they've never beat it. The last good, solid playthrough I did of Daggerfall in Unity, which is the new remaster of it in the Unity engine, I put about 200 hours never leaving the Daggerfall city from the Daggerfall province, and all I was doing was working for the Mages Guild there and doing quests for them and working up their ranks. And you can go to other cities in the Daggerfall County and join their guilds and do jobs for them. If you don't like it there, or you get trouble or something like that, you can move to another province and work for their guilds. They all have their own banking systems. Everything. It's all. The map is, I want to say, it is bigger than continental Great Britain. Yeah, like over 160,000 square kilometers. Granted, a lot of it's procedurally generated.
Right.
The mods we have now add landscapes, hills, mountains, plains, forests, trees. I was standing at like the edge of Iliac Bay, saw like some cluster of pixels far away. That's a whole city with thousands of citizens. It's not like Oblivion or Skyrim where you have maybe 10 or 20 people per city. It's like literally thousands, and it's massive. It's a game that'll you'll never beat. It's almost like a roguelike because like you start off almost new each time. You can go anywhere each time. It's like these games I will always play. I will play them until I die. It's like everybody talks about new games coming out. Let's all get this new game. We only play this new game together. It's like, dude, I'm still playing Skyrim. I'm still playing Oblivion. It's like I don't give a shit. It's like that's my jam. It's just saddens the hands of incompetent Bethesda, but
I'll tell you.
we'll just have to wait for the old guard to retire, and then we'll see what happens there. Everybody's whining in these groups I'm in, whining about when ES6 is coming out, when Elder Scrolls 6 is coming out. I watched what was done with Starfield, and I kind of gave up on that, and I'm like, you know what? We have these games. They can never be beat. They can never be fully completed, and it's like, why complain? So yeah, Elder Scrolls all the way. It's all what I pretty much play 98% of the time anyways, so definitely. And I do recommend Daggerfall Unity. It's all free. Daggerfall is free. Daggerfall Unity's free, all the mods are free, and you can create something where you can just, it's a blast. It's like they modernized it to where you can play it on a controller now, so yeah, that's definitely my go-to there.
All right. Jacob.
He's making me feel a lot better about
Your choice?
my choice.
All right,
because
good.
Now, I feel like there are other people that I at least know, that have spent probably near the same amount of hours that I have put in on one series of games. I'm just going to have it be the Dragon Age games.
Mm-hmm.
I love my Dragon Age. Most likely, when I have access to Baldur's Gate 3, it's probably going to be my new thing of like, I'm going to
Yeah, same.
constantly be playing different versions of that. Because there are so many different races, classes to put in, different ways to do stuff that you can even play one way. You can go through as a heavy tanky person and go, I'm going to be heavy tanky this way. And then I've realized I can go through the game still being the heavy tanky person that you just can't knock down, and go through it and be like, okay, now I'm going to be heavy tanky where I'm hitting you hard. I'm going to be heavy tanky where I'm now wielding magic against your ass. I'm going to be heavy tanky and I'm going to be ranged. Why am I being this durable when I'm going to be at a distance back shooting you? And that's just in that area. Then you can go and be all these different races, classes, starting ways. I do not like Dragon Age 2. Sorry to those people that like it. I consider it to not be... It is
too either.
way too linear of like, hey, you're doing this, you're going to these caves,
but like the Dragon Age ones and are fairly story driven.
They are
Yes.
very, yeah.
And
They
so
are.
I think they might be harder to sort of go into.
Yeah,
Well,
no, you can do all sorts of variations.
you can do, as I just said, I play, Larry, I have a question for you.
Whether or not I slept with every character.
Thank you.
Yes,
I have done that, and it also broke my heart at times.
You know, if you have a perfect game of Dragon Age, you can sleep with all of them,
Without them being mad at each
and
other.
they're not mad at each other.
In Dragon Age 20 playthroughs to get that
In
right.
Dragon Age Inquisition, I broke my best friend Alistair and Leani, the person that I romanced through every one of the games that I could, just so that way I could have the four-way. Okay? I did that. It hurt, but I wanted that achievement. But the question I have for you is, do you know how many hours are in...
A four-way.
Do you know how many
hours?
Do you know how many hours are in a quarter of a year? If you just go straight 24 hours for a quarter of a year, do you know how many hours that is?
How many hours is that?
That is 2,191 hours.
And?
Subtract about 2 hours, maybe 3 from that, and that's how much time I got in Dragon Age.
Dragon Age 1 now?
No, just Dragon Age is
Okay.
total.
Okay. Well, you said you didn't like 2, so did you even break into 3?
I played 3. Isn't 3 Inquisition?
Yeah.
I want to say 3 is Inquisition. Oh, I put 150 hours on one playthrough of Inquisition.
Wow.
One playthrough. That almost beat all my playthroughs of Origin. So, but
Origin
yes,
actually had a nice DLC.
it did. It does. And Awakening is a good DLC. The only problem is that I had a glitch that happened, so therefore, unless I go into and erase all my data and then go through it all again, I'm not going to get the ending that I chose of Morgan having my kid. For some reason, it will just say that you did not give me this kid in any playthrough that I've done. So, thankfully, the Dragon's Keep is there, the online service for that. You can put in stuff and have it be transferred over. But yes,
There's a hot fix for it.
Well, technically, it's for the other games
There's a
that
hot
come.
fix for having someone have your kid.
Well, that's what I did in the game. It's what I did in the game. I wanted to be as the record. For my main playthrough, I wanted that as record.
If you have kids, they should all look like little versions of you. So great.
I wanted the kid that was made from the Dark Spawn ritual of where you survived. I wanted this quite possibly could be Elder God type thing. Turns out it's just a kid that's annoying as shit, but hey,
That's a story.
you never
That's
know
canon.
if your kid is going to turn out to be
You
amazing
don't.
or not. So,
All right, Rob.
You never know.
Yeah, welcome to the real world.
and I'm trying to have actual kids.
Yeah, there you go. Phew.
I got lucky, man. I was
Yeah,
gonna
your
do
kid
another
quit
one.
this show years ago.
Yeah, he was
years
smart.
recently.
Yeah.
All
I
right,
got smart eventually.
eventually. All right, Rob, how about you?
There goes G2B, the next generation. Done.
He dies with us.
Yeah.
Hopefully gets buried.
Don't count on that.
50 years from now, there's going to be kids listening to it. It's going to be like, wow, that was an amazing show. It's like it's like watching like those old TV shows with the really
Yeah.
cheesy special effects.
That's it. That's us.
How many
Yeah.
times? There's gonna be like quizzes. How many times did the camera fall over?
I mean, that's technically what happened with Star Trek, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can
Like,
see,
oh
yeah.
yeah, this show kind of died, but then like all of a sudden, like
Years
the
later.
80s and late 90s, it's
Yeah,
like,
don't-
oh my God, Star Trek! Is
Don't
so-
count on it,
Such
kid.
a smart
Yeah.
All right, Rob.
I'd keep that check.
Yeah.
I'd cash
Yeah,
out.
imagine the future. One of our old fans or crap. They're trying to show their grandkids their show. Or like, this is it. This is the best. You kids don't know what you missed out. And they go, Grandpa or Neo Grandpa. This is totally clungus.
Neo Grandpa Gaiden.
Yeah, it's like this. Yeah, this is
Just
yeah,
a bunch of drunks bitching about things.
yeah. It's like,
The time they don't even know what the topic is.
yeah, it's like this is totally clungus, Granddad. Or
Not
whatever
nearly as
phrase
good
they
as
use
a
in the future.
30-second video of a woman frozen in ice.
All right, Rob, how about you?
We're gonna twerk for this episode. All right. Anyway, where was I? I was on to Rage 2, which has a
Wow.
But I want to point out that its official playtime to get through it, like if you just do the main missions, is like 10.5 hours. They're so full of shit. You can you can spend. So Rage 2 is a post-apocalyptic first-person shooter / RPG. It's not super heavy on the RPG elements, but it's got great gunplay. You can drive cars in it, and unlike every damn RPG on Earth where you drive a car, it's enjoyable to drive a car in this game. You can race them. They got racetracks. You can race them. It actually plays like a racing game. You don't go randomly flying off into space in your car. It is absolutely fabulous at this. All of its basics are really well done. I don't know why it didn't do better than it did. I think part of it is kind of old school, kind of like. You upgrade your character. You've got like psychic abilities, like you could force push people out of the way, and those are kind of upgraded by
That's
unlocking
called
things
force.
called arcs. Yeah, it's not there though. It's actually like an implant, so it's not.
Oh,
There's no midichlorians.
yeah.
They don't have midichlorians.
Just a big sound wave.
Yeah, they're like
Yeah.
a chip. It's technology that does it. You
For
can,
time!
the best thing ever is going from 3 stories up and doing a ground pound and just killing the shit out of everybody around you. It's so wonderful. It's got a really big map, and
The visual satisfaction is off the charts.
yeah, it is. And there's, it has maybe like 12 guns, but you can upgrade them, like on upgrade trees, so they can act the way you want the guns to act, which is really nice. There's a lot of missions in there. There's several factions. There's updates that added a couple more factions to it. It's one of those games where I just find a lot of time like, hey, there's an interesting looking hole over there. What's in the hole? There's usually something to kill in the hole.
Explosions!
Yeah, there's usually stuff to kill in the hole. So it's got a lot of stuff, but if you're a person that just plays the storyline, you're probably not going to get as much out of it. But I did eventually quit wandering around the plains and finish the storyline, but then it was on Steam for like less than $10. And I said, well, I'm going to buy it on Steam and get some achievements. What the hell? I don't even know if it has achievements on Steam, to be honest, but that was my justification. And I've been playing it. I've got the Legion Go, and I've been playing it on the Legion Go, and it runs great. Yeah, it's fabulous. Ever since they fixed the controllers on the Legion Go, it's a much better system. It's exactly what you had with the Asus.
Yeah.
Is that once they fixed that dead zone, it was like a different thing.
Rob's saying he likes to explore holes.
That's true.
Fair enough.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's
and the problem with this
you're
is
not wrong
I
about
was
it.
about to say, I'm not surprised.
But there's a lot of wild factions. There's vehicular combat. There's ground combat. I've taken out like vehicles with like a well placed rocket shot. There's so much stuff in there that you can do that doesn't feel like it's scripted. It's just how the physics engine works. That it's just fun to go around and choose things to kill or. No, it's mostly just choosing things to kill. There's like optional missions that come up like seasonal stuff. Like there's a giant sandworm
Occasionally a
that you can go and try and kill. So you want to upgrade your car, but you could probably beat the game. You can beat the game without even upgrading your car if you don't want to. You can steal other people's cars, return them, and then take them out. You've got mechs. You can walk around in a mech if you'd like to take forever to get around the map because it's huge. But you could do it. You could stop around a mech if you want. And I kind of like driving tanks. Your main vehicle, once you upgrade it, is so ridiculously powerful. There's really no reason to drive the other ones except just to have some fun. And also, like the mech, you could go through barriers that block cars with. So I can actually take that thing into some missions and clear out a whole bunch of enemies before the mission starts, which can make a big difference in a mission. There's a fair variety of different things. You can either try to wipe all the people out. There's some points that weaken factions. So like if you can gain control of it by holding control of it for so long, you'll get you'll weaken that faction so they're easier to kill. There's one little jet plane that's winky wonky. God, I wish it had guns. It doesn't have guns. Yeah, you just kind of you fly around, but it's great if you need to go somewhere that you don't have fast travel to.
Stuff from it?
No, I mean, you really can't do much with it, but at least they thought about putting it in there. I mean, you can fly around if you want. If you want to visit somewhere new and you're worried about risking anything, you can go in and fly and drop it. You can drop right the hell in. Dude, I wonder. Oh, there's something I'm gonna try. See, this is how the game is. I'm gonna try dropping out of my thing and doing a power drop onto somebody. That's what I'm gonna do now. I gotta try that. That's gonna be.
Like
there you go.
That's gonna be great.
Yeah, serious.
But anyway, I liked the original Rage. It was one of those games where I said, "Oh, that's really good," and then never finished it. But Rage 2 just held me the whole time. But I like the post-apocalypse. I
Larry,
sometimes wish I lived in it.
it sounds
Especially
similar
when driving to
to
work.
Just Cause 3 in a way, because you can literally take a airplane, strap it with explosives, fly it into building someone's ass as you jump out and have the thing just plummet right into it and then detonate the stuff. Why do you need to detonate the explosives that are already attached to a jet airplane that's going to explode really horrifically on whoever you just landed it on? Just cuz.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I finished
That-
4 and 5, I
Just
think, and I didn't
cause.
finish 3. I should probably go back and finish 3 because it was really enjoyable when I was playing it. But it had that bug in Windows 10 where it crashed. I played the original Far Cry and finished it and absolutely loved it. 2, and And then 3 was really good, but I never got into it because I disliked 2. So I never really got into 3.
Well, that's what I was going to ask.
just 'cause I never played it
You're
that
on
much.
Far
Just
Cry,
like-
he's on just.
Oh,
I'm sorry, you were on Just Cause. I put them in
Oh.
the same box. I'm
But
so
I'm
sorry.
like,
I
I
love
only-
that too.
I've only-
like that seems a lot like.
Yeah,
I
that's
only
the same
played a little bit of Just Cause 3 because a friend of mine wanted me to try and get into it, and I was like, this just seems like it's just destruction.
Far Cry.
It's just destruction for destruction. The game you're talking about actually makes me go, there seems like there's something to this, and making me now go, maybe I will try this out.
Far Cry, I like Far Cry. I mean, Just Cause I liked enough that I actually have a nickname for my character, El Duce. He's a douche. I just screw with people all the. Yeah, because you can use that. You can just shoot that rope at them and then suck it back and rip their car. Like their car will just come flying. That's
Nice.
oh, that's fun.
You're like your Scorpion from
Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, get over here with your car,
Larry,
with your motorcycle.
I did a thing where there was a guy running after I destroyed an entire base one time, and he's running and leaving, and so therefore I decide I'm going to shoot him and tether him. Then I'm going to tether his arm to that pole, tether his other arm to that pole, tether his leg to the ground, tether his leg to the ground. I strapped a bunch of rocket grenades to his taint and then launched him. And my buddy went, that's just horrible. He was just trying to leave. And I went, well, what's the name of the game? Just Cause.
Just because I wanted to do it.
Exactly.
Why did I do this? Just Cause.
Nice.
You
All
told
right.
me I
Oh
could
yeah,
do.
you can also strap explosives to things and send it off to. Oh yeah, that can be
I
fun.
did that with a cow.
I put them both. Yeah, they're so close to me that I actually interchange storylines on them. That's how bad it is.
the
And
game-
there's purists on both sides who hate me for it. But
The game made no sense to me. It was just like, I'm just doing
I think
destruction.
that's the point.
Why am I doing destruction? Just Cause.
I like that. Just call it just
Yeah,
cause.
bring it up the rear.
Like he often is.
I'm not. I don't finish any game. That was easy, wasn't it?
We're gonna abstain.
I'm going to abstain. I don't finish games. All right. Hey, Rob.
Just like his
Is there
handies.
one that you constantly
always finish
retry? I know there's games you retry.
I play a lot of
That you
games.
restart several times.
I know.
Oh, I'm gonna totally get into this. And I forgot about it by last week.
That's
But I'm
okay.
gonna totally get into this a few months later.
And I'll forget about
So you
it.
could have used adventure. You could have just used it.
There's lots of games I finished, but yeah. No.
Come back for more damage. Anyway.
Exactly it.
Speaking of coming back for more damage, you can come back for more damage from the Guys, Games, and Beer crew at www.guysgamesandbeer.net. You can also visit. You can also slur
You
your
can.
speech. You can also visit us at www.youtube.com/guysgamesandbeer. www.youtube.com/guysgamesandbeer. Check out the Guys, Games, and Beer support group where you can get the dankest memes by Master of Memeology, Dallas. And Facebook.
Yeah. Unless you like
YouTube.
D&D,
Did I do
make me
YouTube and
cry.
then say you can go to? I
You
I
could say
am
that.
utterly unfocused today. I have the attention span of a gnat today. All right, so you can you can visit us on Facebook.
You can.
visit us on YouTube. You can go to our website. You can
find
go
us
to
on
our
Twitch.
Discord.
I mean, you
Discord.
just type Guys, Games, and Beer in anything, and it's
You can
like
go
the
on
number
Twitch
one
and watch
thing
it. We'll
comes up.
start like several times before it goes.
Yeah.
God, what is
Hey,
with
hey.
Twitch?
But, by the way, we got stuff coming up.
Yep.
We got
Go
a lot of
ahead.
stuff coming up.
We
All
have-
right, so, hey. We might do some live broadcasts from Winter Red Fair.
It's possible.
So that's coming up in like 2 weeks. A little
We
over 2
usually
weeks.
wow.
put that on yours, don't we?
Yeah,
We put
that
a link
fast,
on
dude.
yours.
So get ready.
Okay.
So we got that coming up.
Holy
So
cow.
we might do some live broadcasting from that. And we will be at CypherCon coming up quick here. We will be at Midwest Gaming Classic end of May, beginning of April. Those 2 shows are coming up.
Roll it fast because we're getting dropped frames.
All right,
I'm
well, let's
guessing
take us
somebody's
out of here.
downloading something.
We're
huge.
gonna be all over the freaking place. We'll post a schedule.
That's a great idea.
We are literally gonna be doing like a world tour this year. So watch for us everywhere. I mean, literally like a world
Apologies
tour
for
this
the
year.
drop frames. I think my wife got back and updated Call of Duty.
All right. Later, all. Bye.
Bye-bye. Yeah.
Yeah,
A gig, you can have a gig down, but that damn 40 up
Uh-huh.
would choke you.
we out.